The Simpsons is a super famous cartoon show. You have probably heard of it. It has been on television for a very, very long time. Longer than many other shows. People all over the world watch The Simpsons. They love to laugh at the funny characters. The show is about a family. They are called The Simpsons. They live in a town named Springfield. It is a very colorful and silly place, full of interesting people. The Simpson family has 5 main members. There is Homer, the dad. He loves donuts and is often a bit clumsy. Then there is Marge, the mom. She has very tall blue hair and is very patient. Bart is their son. He is a mischievous boy who loves skateboarding and playing pranks. Lisa is their smart daughter. She plays the saxophone and cares about the world. And then there is Maggie, the baby. She is very quiet, but often gets into funny situations. Together they have many adventures. The show is known for its humor. It makes jokes about many things. It pokes fun at celebrities, at politics, and at everyday life. The writers are very clever. They come up with so many funny situations. Because the show has been around for so many years, it has covered almost every topic you can think of. It's a show that both kids and grown-ups can enjoy. The bright colors and silly voices are fun for everyone. The jokes often have deeper meanings too. One of the most talked about things about The Simpsons is its predictions. Sometimes things that happen in the show later happen in real life, years later. It's quite amazing when this occurs. People get very excited. They wonder how the writers knew. Did they have a crystal ball? Or are they just very good at guessing what might happen in the future? This makes watching old episodes even more fun for the fans. They look for clues. The Simpsons has made many jokes over the years. Thousands and thousands of them. And sometimes these jokes seem to predict the future. It is quite spooky and very interesting. Fans of the show love to find these moments. They share them online and talk about them a lot. It feels like the show has a special power. Let's look at some famous examples. These are times when the cartoon world seemed to jump into our real world. It is really quite something to see. One very famous prediction was about Donald Trump becoming president. In an episode from the year 2000 called Bart to the Future, Lisa becomes president. She mentions that President Trump had ruined the country's budget. At that time, Donald Trump was a businessman, not a politician. Nobody really thought he would become president. But then, many years later in 2016 he did. It was a big surprise. People remembered the Simpsons episode. It was all over the news. Another cool example is the idea of smartwatches. In an episode from 1995 called Lisa's Wedding, we see the future. Lisa's fiancé is shown using a watch. But it's not just a normal watch. He can make phone calls with it. It was a very futuristic idea back then. Most people did not have mobile phones, let alone watches that could make calls. But now smartwatches are very common. Many people wear them. They can make calls, send messages, and do much more. The Simpsons showed it first. Then there was the big news about Disney buying 20th Century Fox. Fox was the company that made The Simpsons. In a 1998 episode there was a quick joke. It showed the 20th Century Fox logo, but underneath it, it said a division of Walt Disney Company. At the time, it was just a funny gag about big companies. Nobody thought it would actually happen. But guess what? In 2019 Disney really did buy a large part of Fox. The joke became real. It was another amazing prediction from the show. People get very excited when The Simpsons seems to predict the future. It feels a bit like magic. How could a cartoon show know what was going to happen? It makes us wonder. Are the writers secretly time travelers? Or maybe they have a special crystal ball hidden somewhere in their office. These thoughts are fun even if they are not real. It adds an extra layer of mystery and excitement to a show that is already very entertaining. It makes rewatching old episodes a treasure hunt for clues. It is also just really surprising. Imagine watching an old episode, you see a funny joke about something impossible. Then years later, that impossible thing happens in real life. It would make you gasp. It makes the show feel even more clever and special. Fans love to share these moments. They post about them on social media, they talk about them with their friends. It creates a big buzz around the show. Did you see what The Simpsons predicted now? People will ask each other with big smiles. These predictions also make us think about the world. Sometimes the predictions are about technology, like the smartwatches or video calls. Sometimes they are about big events like political changes. It shows that the writers are paying attention. They are looking at trends. They are thinking about where society might be going. Even if it is just a joke, it can be quite insightful. It makes us consider how much things can change over time. Sometimes life really does imitate art. The sheer number of these coincidences is also part of the fun. If it happened once or twice, we might just say, "Oh, that's a funny coincidence." But it has happened many times. This makes it feel more significant. It feels like there has to be something more to it. Even if it is just luck, it is very impressive luck. It keeps people talking about The Simpsons. It keeps the show relevant even after so many years on air. It's a fun game to spot the next one. So, what is the real story behind these Simpsons predictions? Are the writers psychic? Do they have a secret window into the future? Or is there a simpler explanation for all these amazing coincidences? It is a question that many fans and writers have thought about. The truth is probably a mix of different things. It is fun to think about magic, but logic also has a part to play in understanding this phenomenon. Let's explore some of the reasons why this might happen. The Simpsons has been on television for a very, very long time. We are talking about decades. There are over 700 episodes, and each episode is packed with jokes, gags, and funny situations. The writers are always trying to come up with new and silly ideas. They make jokes about everything imaginable: science, politics, pop culture, technology, you name it. The Simpsons has probably made a joke about it. They throw a lot of ideas out there, a lot of funny scenarios. When you make so many jokes about so many different topics, over such a long period, some of them are bound to come true just by chance. It is like throwing hundreds of darts at a dartboard. Even if you are not aiming perfectly, you are likely to hit the bullseye a few times. The world is a big place and many things happen. So if the show makes a wild joke about something, there is a small chance that a similar thing might happen in real life eventually. It is a numbers game. Also, the writers of The Simpsons are very smart and observant people. They read the news. They follow trends in society and technology. Sometimes their jokes are not just random guesses. They are based on what is already starting to happen, or what experts are talking about. They might exaggerate these trends for comedic effect, and sometimes, those exaggerated jokes end up being closer to reality than anyone expected. They are good at seeing where things might be headed, even if it's for a laugh. So, while it is fun to think of The Simpsons as a magical prediction machine, it is mostly a combination of clever writing, a huge number of jokes, and a bit of good luck. The writers are talented at satire. They reflect our world back at us in a funny way. And sometimes that reflection turns out to be a glimpse of the future. Whether it is magic or just smart comedy, The Simpsons predictions keep us entertained and amazed, and that is pretty special all by itself.